Okay, I just did a quick video, well, 8 minutes, on the opening of the 2025 penny. And now I'm going to penny roll hunt the 2025 D pennies from, and supposedly there are strike throughs, double dies. It says double dies on the proofs. Obviously, you'll keep an eye out for them. And I'd say die cracks, double dies, and strike throughs, supposedly. All right. So we'll see. I should be able to get through all 50 pennies within 15 minutes or so. If for some weird reason we find something, then I'll have an extra part. So right now we're on part 2. And I just want to talk about, while I'm penny roll hunting, I want to talk about obviously what I'm observing. These pennies are brilliant uncirculated. I paid $10 for the roll. Yes, I got ripped off, but it is what it is. I wanted to finally, after 8 months into 2025, to finally hold a 2025 penny. Did I ask my bank? You know what? For some reason, I didn't ask my bank. I have no idea why that thought did not occur to me until today. I guess because I realized I paid $10 for the roll, and you can get them on eBay for about $8 to $12 a piece, depending if you buy. I guess depending on several variables. To my knowledge, there is no extra VDB, no extra V, excuse me. Of course, there should not be a repunch mint mark because they did not, to my knowledge, they don't punch the uh, the mint marks since 1989. Maybe we'll find a die chip or something of that nature. Some sort of collar error, misalignment, or we'll find nothing. Now, the only thing I can say that is a little cool about penny roll hunting a a roll of pennies to the year. Of course, if you find one, then you're going to be one short, right? Because you're not going to put it back in the roll. If you find an error, milk spot, water spot, is that I'm going to put them right back in a penny roll, and I'm going to mark the penny roll. It's not going to be. This is a bank opened. This is a Loomis roll. Loomis. I know that people like my member Eric from Kenai Collectibles have accounts with Loomis. I was going to open up an account with Loomis. It's really not for. I guess it's for anybody. I shouldn't say it's not for the novice. It's for anybody. But it does take an account, and it appears as if you have to go on a waiting list for a lot of things that you might want. So you might go there expecting to just buy what you want and not be able to get it. So there is a little bit. This one has a finger. Looks like it has a fingerprint on it already. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe Eric will make a comment in the how a brilliant uncirculated, unopened penny roll could have a fingerprint on it. I don't think they're mine. I just pulled it out. Maybe it is mine. I don't know. I don't think so though. See, the other ones don't have it. It really takes a little bit extra to put a fingerprint on it. Believe it or not, I have to touch it like this and really press my finger on it, and now you'll see a fingerprint. It'll probably come off with light fingerprints like that. Believe it or not, I get a lot of comments about don't touch pennies with your fingers and all that. But watch this. If I'm right, it'll come off, even though it's acid and Yeah, or oils or whatever. Yeah, see, it came off, so I could send this in to get graded. That's why a lot of the coin collectors, coin roll video hunters channels, they don't wear gloves. I used to wear them in the beginning when I first started because I didn't want my finger to get dirty. Which, believe it or not, look, my fingers aren't getting dirty. These aren't circulated pennies. My fingers should not get dirty from these. Not that they won't get a little dirty at some point, but usually by now my fingers are quite dirty. And that is not the case today. This is the first time. I have penny roll hunted other quote unquote uncirculated penny rolls, but they are most likely searched through ones you buy on eBay. But this is one of the first, if not the first, uncirculated penny rolls from the bank. Right? I believe. Again, another question for Eric. I believe Loomis is a bank, a major bank like Brinks and Wells Fargo or something like that. Look how nice and beautiful the edges are. The edges. I was going to say the rim. So, as would be expected, these are more or less perfect little pennies, with the exception of some little scratches that I'm assuming are made as the pennies are being dropped down chutes and holes and put into bags at some point. Because to my understanding, these, for the most part, these pennies are not being wrapped at the mint themselves. I think maybe some rolls are again, another question for Eric. I got a lot of questions for you, Eric. At least I got somebody to go to for these all these questions that I have. If not, I'd be Googling everything. But I know that I have a member that has all this knowledge uh, on the tips of his fingers. Now, to my knowledge, Eric, you have not done a a 20 have you must have done a 2025 penny roll hunt, man. I know you were doing at one point, which is absolutely amazing, but you were doing a box of pennies a week in 2023, if I remember correctly. The weird things, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember what Eric told me from 2 years ago. Obviously, if you do a box, let me know. I will put the link in. I'll put it in this video actually to that video. So if anyone sees a link below to Eric's channel in the comments section, it's a penny roll hunt. Even if it's at some point in the future, Eric, let me know, and I will connect it to this video. With that said, I'm sure there are many of them on YouTube. See the little line in his jaw? There's a little line on his jaw. Let me see if they all have that. I will keep that there. They do not all have that. Okay, I was wondering if I had missed some sort of um, something different about the 2025s And meanwhile, I went through 20 or 30 pennies already and did not notice it. But there is a line on that one penny. I'll look at it again now. I don't know if that is obviously it's not in the other pennies, but I did notice it here. And the question is that a die crack? Let me look at that under the loop. Or is that like the only? That is I don't know what that is. It's a scratch. It's a scratch. It just happens to be running parallel with his jawline. That's what it appears to be. It appears to be a scratch. And what's that there? Huh. So it's the only penny we found so far with some sort of either damage or mint error. That's the only one. And there was something on the reverse that I just showed. Again, could either be a very minor mint error or uh, just from being thrown around some dents and scratches on that one specific. Like right there is also most likely just post mint damage. So let me know in the comments below what you think about the 2025 penny. Have you been finding them? I feel like I must have found one in all these months of coin roll hunting and getting pennies from the bank, but I just cannot recall, to be honest with you, finding any. I'm looking at the O. Let me look at that under the loop. Uh, I guess something about the letters in the 1 cent on the reverse that just look a little smoother. I'll put that to the side also. Let's look at the next one and see if that's just some type of normal. They all look like that or not. No, they look at the 1 cent on yeah, look at the 1 cent on this. The lines, the image. There is a little line going through the N on this one also, whatever that is. And then look at the O on this one, or the 1 cent. I mean, I'm not saying it's a double die or anything, but just there's something odd about it. Okay. So, yeah. So beautiful looking pennies, without a doubt. I think there are very few errors to be found on any of these pennies, but I guess this is part of the process of coin roll hunting 2025 brilliant pennies. I'm sure it's the 2024. This one has something on the tip there. The 2024s have the grease strikes that you find going around the left side or the west side of the coins that kind of eat up the VDB, the L, and the I. But they do not have that issue on any of the 2025s. None of the Ds, also the dates, have any sort of imperfections, at least throughout this penny roll. And all right, we got it. We got it. We got through a Loomis roll of 2025 Ds today. Here's our last one, and that's 50 pennies. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing worth $10 a roll, but I really wanted to finally penny roll hunt a 2025 penny roll for the year. And mission complete. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is part 2 of episode 560. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me take a picture of that. Okay.